Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Facebook. What's up? Hey, we out here on this Facebook thing trying to get it done. Hey, this morning I want to share with you the cigar that I'm doing. It's Estera Herrera Esteli Maduro Rock. Let me show you what we got. There we are, right there. Damn near full Maduro cigar. Not quite there yet, but when I tell you it's tasty, it is tasty. This morning, as I talk to you guys, I am coming drinking from my Cigar Life mug, new mug. The light shining on it, so you really can't tell the glory and how beautiful it is. It's a really nice mug. Thankful to have it. I made it myself, so Cigar Life. There you go. I'm gonna put it on here next time. I made it super big today, so that they can check it out. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Uh, I dropped the cigar. Let you hear what I was smoking. In the bottom, down at the bottom, we got a link that you can share this event with somebody if you want to. I would love in order for you guys to share with me. Uh, Good. So I'm getting ready to uh, talk about some things. Waiting to see if we get anybody this morning. Even if we don't, I'm still going to talk about it because you'll be able to see the broadcast or the stream later on to have some comments on it. So this morning I wake up and we are out. Uh, uh, we are in the process of ensuring that we protect our history, and it's kind of crazy that we're doing that. That we're out here trying to fight and protect our history, and they're fighting to take it away from us. And it's kind of crazy to me because it's just crazy. Uh, it's crazy because you just don't know where this is going or what they're trying to do. So I'm kind of wanting to take this and run with it. You know what I mean? And say what is it that we can do to function and protect our history. Well, I'm going to do my part. I decided to every time I come on here find something new to try to come up with uh, for you to take a look at. And so I have decided to come up with this and just show you a few of the things. In case you didn't know, one of the things that we're going to talk about, let me go ahead and talk about this so that we got on here. So I've been looking up stuff for us to try to go over. So George Washington Carver. Carver was an agricultural scientist and inventor who promoted crop rotation and alternative crops to cotton. which helped improve soil quality and agricultural productivity in the South. He also developed hundreds of uses for peanuts, sweet potatoes, and other crops. So, if you don't know about George Washington Carver, he is one of the most prominent black people in our history. If you see schools named after him, that's why. This is just not a coincidence that this is happening. It is truly an honor for this man to uh, for this man to be on our radar. It's, it's an honor to be on his radar and just to be able to talk about it. I'm happy to be able to talk about it. I'm happy to be able to talk about him. Madam C.J. Walker, man, what can you say about this lady? Was an entrepreneur and inventor who developed a successful line of beauty and hair care products for black women. She is often recognized as one of the first self-made millionaires in the United States. So when you talk about the healthcare and is it $1 billion industry, but did you know that it was a black woman who basically really created this and allowed us to uh, became a millionaire off of our own hair care products? Dudley is another hair care product. When I was in North Carolina, Dudley is in North Carolina. If they're still black owned, I don't know at this point in time. But I know when I was in North Carolina and I was living there, and that's been some years ago, that Dudley was like prominent, man. It was a prominent black place. It was a prominent black business that they owned their own hair care products. And Madam C.J. Walker was the first in order to be able to do that. And I'm proud to be able to talk about her this morning on my live broadcast. So let's do one more because I really don't want to drop you. But these are two inventors of stuff: George Washington Carver and Madam C.J. Walker. We can go in detail. So let's talk about another one that's not a well-known name: Garrett Morgan. So Morgan invented the three-position traffic signal, which is included the stop position, helping to improve traffic safety. He also developed the first effective gas mask, which was used to protect soldiers during World War One. Now, how many of you guys knew that? You know what I mean? God bless America. So that's what I'm saying. That well, our history has to be protected. Sometimes we got to be the ones that protect it. Sometimes, we can't wait on other people to teach our history. Sometimes we got to do it ourselves. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do with you this morning. It's just to throw a couple of names out there at you. We're going to do one more because I'm feeling good about doing this. Lewis Latimer. He was an inventor and craftsman who worked closely with both Thomas Edison and Alexander Graham Bell. He played a significant role in development of the incandescent light bulb and also improved the manufacturing process of carbon filaments. So that's one of the guys with the carbon filament. The light bulb will not work. So this brother had a crucial thing in us being able to read off a light. You don't hear these kind of things because people don't talk about it. They don't want to socialize the fact that we had a Lewis Latimer that was out here creating incandescent carbon filament lights, the parts that make the actual light bulb work. Uh, we don't know about Garrett Morgan, who was a guy who created the traffic light. I mean, do we set up and do we teach our kids this? No, we don't. But we need to start. And I said to myself, we talk about what we need to do. I was sitting here and I'm saying to myself, Tommy, why don't you do something? And the biggest thing that I'm saying today, and what I'm saying today for everybody on here, with the people that listen to my little broadcast, and it's not many, but the ones that you do, is that hey, your behind gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. You gonna learn uh, who these young men were, how they played an important part in American history, and they did play an important part in American history. George Washington Carver, the invention. Hey, he has created. He dealing with the peanut, sweet potatoes, and other crops. He was a major contributor in agriculture activities in the United States. Unfortunately, we do not promote this. We do not talk about this. He doesn't have all of these high schools named after him for no reason. Madam C.J. Walker, like I said, an entrepreneur who developed a successful line of beauty and hair care products for Black women. Thank you for that because, whoo, boy, we got some beautiful hairdos. We got some beautiful women out here because of you, Madam C.J. Walker. I am so thankful for what you do and how you go about doing it and what you've done back in 1867 through 1919. Just thank you so much, Madam C.J. Walker, because our women are looking real good this day and time. Even though they may not be using Black hair care products now, uh, you done a great thing when you came across and created something for us to be able to look at. See, Garrett Morgan invented the three-position traffic signal, which included the stop position, helping to improve public traffic safety. He also developed the first effective, not effective, gas mask, which was used to protect soldiers during World War One. What you don't know about a lot of these people who are doing stuff, and the reason why we don't hear about this stuff is because this was taken. Most of these people were taken and put on conservatorships, where they had white people who overseeing them, got their money, doing whatever, and then they didn't get real credit for what they done. Because in order for it to populate or be able to be used, some white person was taking credit for these inventions that they were making back in the day. And this is history, and it's not to cause division, it's not to cause anything, but this is to shed a light that black inventors have had a lot to do. You know what I'm saying? They make significant contributions to various fields throughout our history. And these are just a few examples of being able to do that. Like I said, Lewis Latimer worked with Thomas Edison and Alexander Graham Bell, creating the carbon filament that go into light bulbs to make them work more effectively and efficiently. So when we do that, let's do one more, man, because Elijah McCoy uh, is known for inventing the self-lubricating device for steam engines, which greatly improved efficiency and reduced the need for frequent maintenance. The phrase "the real McCoy" is said to have originated from the high quality of his inventions. Okay, now you would not, I would not have known that personally myself unless I didn't do my homework and say that I wanted to be a part of that. You know, so one of the biggest things is that now these absolute these things have been set inside my soul to be able to come out here and talk about these things. So, hey, black people have made such a contribution to America, and to see people who make comments to say that they want to erase what we've done because it is it is uh, uh, it is not showing well with them or not feeling great with them or whatever. It's causing division, and no, it's not. If you're going to teach the history, show the history. You know what I'm saying? Show what we've done. Show how we've contributed to the United States, how we've made this a better place to live. Anytime that we get into a conversation, uh, anytime we get into a conversation where we are uh, talking about our history, it seems like somebody or some component goes and uh, takes this off and says that we can't talk about it because we are uh, race baiting or we're causing division. No, look, if you can talk about the Holocaust and everything, the events that was happening, and I'm not saying don't get it twisted, I don't want to end up on a viral stream because I'm saying something about this, is that if you can talk about the Holocaust and you can be offended and then get upset every time something happened to a Jewish community or doing whatever, why can't we talk about the history of the United States to you or to anybody else, the person that's not melanated, and you not get offended by it and think we're trying to do something with race? Listen, this stuff happened, man. It happened to a group of people that I got it. You know, you you can't say that we didn't have our own Holocaust here in the United States of America, because we did. A lot of melanated people lost their lives for just being a part of this great country. I would tell you personally myself. I'm gonna take this down. Thank you guys for listening to me this morning on that piece. But I would tell you that I served in the military because of a fact for 28 years, because of the fact that a lot, and I took a lot of slack from that, even from my own people, because they would say, "Hey, look, you're working for the white man. You're doing this or you're doing that," and that's not the reason why I was doing it. I done it because so many black people went to serve in the United States service military to show their worth. They gave their lives for a country that didn't care a grain of salt about them. And when they came back, they were relegated back to slave type activities. And even though you had your freedom, you wasn't treated just and fair. Uh, I went into a place the other day, and it was kind of like it was a place I went and visited. Uh, it was a place I went and visited, and I saw the sign that said it was like a sundown town or something like that. And I saw the historical stuff, and they had us relegated with no dogs, no blacks, and no Mexicans. That's what the sign said. When I thought about that, the dogs were listed above the other two species of human being. And when you set up and you come across and you don't talk about those type of things, when you relegate it to not not saying that um, that you can't be involved in stuff, or you can't, the history, you want to hide that because you say it causes division. Well, can you imagine what it's like for you to sit inside of a place that you served for 28 years? I've served this country for 28 years, man. And I have to listen to a man to tell me that because of slavery, black people learned a skill that they could use or maintain during their lifetime. Now, I don't know of any other race in the world where that would apply, to where you have to go and get whipped to death, beaten with whips, chained, brought out of your homeland, and brought to another place where you can say, hey, yeah, we done that to you, but you did learn a skill that you could use later on in life. So when I say to you, I'm offended, I'm greatly offended. And you can try to test me all you want to, come to me with all kind of what y'all vitriol or whatever you want to do. You can do that, but you can't negate the fact that I served this country for 28 years, and with with distinguishment. So I can't say that I'm labeled inside of a history book that's, you know, that talks about the military. So you can't say that my service wasn't distinguished, or that it wasn't, that I didn't make a difference in what I was doing. I've done that because so many people before me done that and shared their views and life in the process of trying to become citizens. Now, did the military provide me with a different type of lifestyle? Yes, it did. It paid for a lot of my stuff, home, education, all of that. But in order for me to get to where I needed to be, and this is just me talking, and I'm being honest, I had to work 10 times harder. It's not even that. And we're still doing this to this day to try to prove ourselves to our counterparts and our bosses that we have to work 10 times harder in the position that we have. Even when they, and hey, have we made progress? Yes, we have. Don't get it twisted, because we have. But it's so many people and places that where you come into this. I'm going to have to cut this short because they're cutting my grass. I'm going to come back to you guys here shortly because I don't want the lawnmower to be in the background because this is important. I'll come back to you once they get through cutting the grass. So I will come back and begin this conversation shortly. Thank you.